Sex is like taking a pee for men.
I don't know, I just feel emptied out.
Are men and women equal?
Ladies, this one's gonna sting. It is not men ruining relationships. It is women.
Why the fuck would you ever want to get married as a man in 2026?
What if men in 2026 are choosing peace of mind over casual sex? Why are some men walking away from hookups, drama, and dating pressure altogether? Stay with us until the end, because this shift could change the modern dating game.
Listen up, fellas. A woman decides if she wants to sleep with you within the first 10 minutes of your interaction with her. And if you think I'm exaggerating, you're already losing. Here's the reality. Women do not wait hours, days, or weeks to figure it out. Within those first moments, her brain is scanning everything. Your confidence, your body language, your tone, and your presence. Women are savages when it comes to selection. Don't think just walking up to her and giving her a compliment is going to get the job done, because it won't. She's heard 1,000 compliments before lunchtime. What she's really watching is how you carry yourself. It's primal. Women are wired to filter fast. Strength, safety, and status are all measured instantly. If you look insecure, if you sound nervous, if you come off as try hard or pushy, game over. You've been disqualified before you can even finish your drink. But here's the secret. It's not about being aggressive. It's about balance. Assertive without being forceful. Dominant without being controlling. Interested without being desperate. Most men fail this because they swing way too far in one direction. They're either timid and get friend zoned, or they're creepy and get rejected. The men who win, they don't chase approval. They walk in like they already belong there. Calm energy, steady eye contact, body language that says, I lead, you follow. That's the psychology of attraction. So remember this, you don't have hours to try and convince her. By the time 10 minutes are up, she already knows. Either you've impressed her, or you have lost your chance, my friend.
For years, casual dating was often portrayed as something men constantly wanted. But a growing number of men say their priorities have changed. Instead of chasing short-term excitement, they are focusing on careers, fitness, financial goals, hobbies, and personal freedom.
Ladies, this one's gonna sting, but most of the time, it is not men ruining relationships. It is women sabotaging themselves. But first, let me explain. First is the victim mindset. If every argument turns into poor me, look what you did to me, you're not resolving the conflict. You're dodging accountability. Second, attention addiction. If you need outside validation, likes, stares, DMs to feel secure, you'll never be happy with the man that you're with. Third, lack of self-worth. If you drag your unhealed trauma into a relationship but refuse to face it and deal with it, you're making your partner pay for damage that they did not cause. These aren't just little habits. They are relationship killers. They destroy trust, create resentment, and eventually push away the man or woman you claim to love. And the hard truth, a lot of women would rather blame men than admit that they're guilty of these patterns. So before you say men are the problem, ask yourself, am I sabotaging my own relationship? Try to ask yourself that. If you're brave enough to admit that, you will change everything. If not, you're gonna repeat the same cycle. Drop your take in the comments. I know this one is gonna get a little heated.
For some, the biggest attraction isn't another hookup, it's having a peaceful life. No endless texting, no confusing situationships, no dating app burnout, and no pressure to constantly prove themselves in the dating market.
Kiss them the first date, fucking sleep with them the first night. Like, you have to go based on what feels good to your body. If you have some fucking friends that are prudes that are like, you should never kiss on the first date, maybe for you, Cassandra, but I'm about to let him in my back door.
So in the same way that I'm not a fan of purity culture, I'm also not a fan of women calling other women prudes just because they might have different sexual preferences than they do. And I'm somebody who fundamentally believes that you shouldn't be judging women for whatever they want to do with their bodies. But I do just think overall, this is probably not the best advice to most women, because most women are looking for a serious relationship over casual sex. That's why you see so many women get on TikTok talking about their situationship or their FWB relationship where they ended up catching feelings. And I'm not saying that men can't ever catch feelings in those dynamics as well, but I do think that on average, women are way more likely to only sleep with guys that they find really attractive, that they really like in some capacity. Am I saying this is always true or true 100% of the time? No, but generally in most of the casual situations I've heard of, the person who didn't want the commitment was the guy. So I don't think the advice about waiting is necessarily because you lose value the more partners that you sleep with. I think it's more about being able to go in with a logical mind and actually assess whether you like the person in front of you outside of just the physical relations that you're having. I do think that a lot of women can be pretty susceptible to getting blinded by their lust, by their attraction towards a guy. Because of that, they're not really able to see the full picture and to see that they're not actually compatible on a relationship level. And for that reason alone, I just think that advising most women to go out and sleep with a guy on the first date, I don't think that it's good advice in my opinion. I think that there are definitely some women who are into casual relations, and there are women who enjoy flings, who can have that sort of casual dynamic without feeling upset if that guy doesn't want a relationship. But I just think overall, for like your average woman, it's better to hold out and actually get to know the person first, especially if you are looking for a serious relationship. That is just my personal opinion, so let me know what you guys think. Bye.
And that's where the conversation gets interesting. When men stop treating sex as the ultimate prize, traditional dating dynamics can change. Attention becomes less automatic, and people may have to offer more than physical attraction to build a meaningful connection.
Sex is like taking a pee for men. It doesn't mean anything. Women, they hold so much meaning to it. They're really emotional about it. It's not the same for men. It doesn't mean that much to us. It's just sex.
Please, have sex with me, please. I'll give you anything you want. I'll give you anything you want. What do you want? $1,000? $5,000? Dinner? I took you to dinner. Why aren't you having sex with me? Please, I want to have sex so badly.
You know what? I'm gonna totally fake my entire personality and lie to a woman so that she'll have sex with me.
Look, I know I have a wife. I know I have children. I know I said I will never cheat. I will never do this. I will never do this. But please, I just want to sleep with you one time. She doesn't have to know. Yes, I'm jeopardizing everything I ever built. Yes, yes.
Social media has amplified this shift. Men openly discuss choosing self-improvement, financial independence, and solitude over relationships that they believe bring more stress than happiness. These experiences are personal, but the conversation is certainly getting louder.
Men used to go to war, build castle for their women, write love letters, take it to the post office, ship it, wait for the response, literally fight with the whole world so that he can have her. But men nowadays, they want attention. They won't even message you first. They want you to buy them flowers. They want you to give them attention. They want you to send good morning messages, good night messages. They need more attention than a 3-year-old girl. Bro, this is crazy.
What's the worst thing about being a woman in 2026?
That men act like women.
Men are becoming more feminine.
Men are becoming more feminine.
What has led you to believe that?
Just the way they act. They're not masculine anymore. They just act more ladylike.
Do you think the same way women are becoming more masculine, and that's contributing to the shift?
Well, unfortunately, they have to because men are acting more feminine. Okay, I'll continue my walk now. Thank you.
Wait, how do we solve this problem though?
No, act like a man.
So I feel like a lot of women these days choose to be single because in 2026, men think that they're women. They want to be chased. They want to be provided for. Like they think they're the bad bitch in the relationship. Like, no. Like you're a man. You're supposed to chase after your woman. You're supposed to provide and protect. And I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Like the roles have reversed, you know? Women have to step up and be like the man in the relationship. Like what the fuck?
That doesn't mean every man has stopped wanting relationships. Many still want love, companionship, and intimacy. The difference is that some are becoming more selective and refusing to sacrifice their peace simply to avoid being single.
I'm sorry, in my city on 19 Ave of all places, this man is holding up a sign saying trying to date women in 2026 is a humiliation ritual. Homie, really? I'm sorry, I'm just embarrassed on the behalf of my city. And for those who are not familiar with San Francisco, he is on 19 Ave. 19 Ave is a major boulevard, major artery within the city, lots of cars. It's ironic that he is suggesting that dating women in 2026 is a humiliation ritual, but you actually being on 19th Avenue in San Francisco holding up a hot pink sign suggesting that in itself is a whole ass humiliation ritual. It's really obnoxious when men like him just believe all is lost. You can't date women nowadays, when in reality, no, you're just pursuing the type of women who are probably just not good for you, who are impossible to get with because they're so high maintenance and superficial. And that sample of women should not represent all women. There's way more women out there who are proper, who are good, who are nice, who are, you know, everything, who are not super bitchy or superficial. But no, that's not your preference. You want to go after, I'm assuming, I'm being very big on just speculating here, that you're going after the caked up with makeup supermodel type of women and stuff who just like, their entire minds and perception of life itself is just so warped due to the beauty standards and also just due to how society treats them, that it's like someone who looks average like you is not going to get with them. They're going to use you. And I'm not trying to sound like a red pill here or an incel because it's kind of like bordering that line. I'm just trying to be a bit realistic here. I just find it annoying when men say shit like this, like, oh, it's a humiliation ritual. No, you guys probably just haven't found the right type of woman. And now you're going to generalize an entire gender and just believe all is lost. And you're going to try and make the other gender feel bad and say it's a humiliation ritual. No, you guys saying it's a humiliation ritual is a humiliation ritual. Instead of actually improving yourselves and maybe looking for other types of women, instead of pursuing the same types of women that is just fucking impossible for you guys to get, they're intangible, maybe go to different scenes, maybe rock with different women or something, because not all women are the fucking same to where, oh, it's just impossible to get with them. That's stupid, that's absurd. And most importantly, work on yourself, work on your social skills, because I feel like that's an area that a lot of men tend to lack when they're trying to date women. They come off as very awkward and stuff like that because they don't have really good social skills, or at least skills when it comes to engaging with a woman and everything. This guy is spending his time on 19 Ave in San Francisco when he could be spending his time working on himself and improving himself, probably finding different types of women and everything. What do you guys think about this? Leave your comments in the comments below. This is just sad to me.
There are also practical reasons behind the change. Dating can require time, money, emotional energy, and patience. When someone is already satisfied with their life, they may ask a simple question: what does this relationship actually add?
Why the fuck would you ever want to get married as a man in 2026? Imagine being so fucking desperate to hold on to a woman. You get on one fucking knee and put a fucking ring on her finger. You spend money on a fucking wedding and money on that fucking ring just for her to take half of your fucking shit. Let's think about this logically.
See, he sounds so fucking bitter. He sounds so upset and hurt. And do I agree with what he's saying? No, I do not. I think there's a lot of women out there that are great. But I just want y'all to know that this is what misandrists sound like. This is what a lot of women sound like these days. You sound like that. You sound bitter and hurt. And it's quite embarrassing, actually. He's speaking from like fucking hurt. And you can just tell. Maybe he got hurt before this video or something. And the thing is like a lot of women came at him in this video. They really did. And it's like, but they praise the women that say that men, oh, imagine being with a man, ew. They praise that. They really do. And then they come at this guy. It's the same fucking shit. It really is.
I don't know, I feel emptied out, like I'm pouring into people who don't pour back. And I keep telling myself it isn't me, but it still hurts, you know? I just want someone who's steady, someone I can trust.
I don't know what it's gonna take for you sucker for love dudes, man. I mean, what don't you get? Okay, your wife, you get a wife in 2026, more than likely, some dude has a video in their phone of them putting your wife through the mattress, taking her through there, you know?
For women, this can create a different dating environment too. If fewer men are actively chasing casual encounters, getting attention may no longer automatically translate into commitment or interest. Both sides may have to rethink what they expect from modern dating.
There are 3 things that I don't support because they oppress women. The first one is religion. I don't agree with any religion at all, because all they teach women, from what I know, is that women are less than, they need to obey the men, they're subordinate to men, they need to follow all these rules that men don't need to follow. The second one is traditional marriage vows. I think there's one that says, I will obey him. I don't really like this because it teaches you that marriage is an unconditional love, and it absolutely isn't. Everything about marriage is conditional. You don't ever have to stay with your partner if they're doing shitty things, but I think that it teaches you to. And then the last one for now is traditional gender roles. I don't really like that women are still to this day in 2026 expected to be the homemaker, the cook, cleaner, all of that kind of stuff, because they're just better at it. I don't know about you, but for me in 2026, I am absolutely sick of males' weaponised incompetence. It is absolutely something that I will not be teaching my daughter to accept. Just because somebody else is better at something does not necessarily mean that they should have to do it because the other people cannot. But yet again, I think it just stunts their growth. They have to put their careers on hold to raise the babies. And at the end of the day, being a homemaker is a 24-hour day, 7 days a week role. You don't get paid for it. There's no annual leave. There is no sick days. And if you don't do it, nobody else will fill in. Whereas when you are employed, you get 4 weeks plus sometimes pay, bank holidays off, Christmas off, Easter off. You do get sick days as well, and you only work 9 till 5. Maybe a bit more in some circumstances, but you only have to work a set number of hours a day. If you leave, somebody else will fill in that role. If you're on holiday, somebody else will fill in that role. If you're sick, somebody else will fill in that role. Anyway, those are just 3 things. There is many more on my list of things that I don't support because I oppress women. Follow along for more if you like to talk about everything about women empowerment. And also, I would just like to say on this topic, I support all women's choices, whether I agree with the overall issue or not. I have no problem with anybody that do any of these things. I just like women to have the choice.
But is this really a permanent cultural shift? Or are men simply taking a break from a dating environment they find exhausting? Whatever the answer, one thing is clear: peace of mind has become a major priority for many people. And when someone genuinely enjoys their life alone, they may be far less willing to compromise just for temporary excitement.
I think marriage is insane. Like, truly, I think people choosing to get married, especially now in 2026, is crazy. Like, what do you mean I get married to someone and then I decide I don't want to be married to them anymore and I have to hire a lawyer and pay lots of money to be unbound from them? Like, that is literally insane. Why are people legally binding their relationships? Relationships are supposed to be mutual agreement. You do not need paperwork to bind yourself to somebody. And the fact that so many people idealize marriage in this day and age is honestly insane. And I don't mean you can't make a commitment to somebody or have a life partner. And I know most people are gonna say I'm the crazy one, but I think y'all are crazy. Have a relationship, yes, but legally binding yourself to another human is honestly weird.
Are men and women equal?
Actually, women are better than men. What do men bring to the world? Literally nothing. Women, the vibes, just everything.
Everything you know and love. If you look around the entire infrastructure of our nation, our economy, every building you walk into, the way that you are portraying your ideas and opinions is through technology and infrastructure and an economy and a nation that was not only built, but it's still maintained to this day by men.
Did men allow you to have that haircut?
You taking personal attacks makes me seem like the more intelligent.
Okay.
Validate your point, not some personal attack because you're losing the argument. Feminism stops whenever it's inconvenient for y'all. By definition, you are delusional if you cannot defend your ideas.
You should go.
I actually don't.
So she starts off, women are better, you know. And what does she say women bring? Vibes. Women bring vibes, she says. Honey, what the hell is that? Women bring vibes. What is that really? They bring vibes? Oh, great. Okay, next.
So what do you think? Are men really putting peace over sex in 2026? Or is social media exaggerating the trend? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more discussions about the changing world of modern relationships.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.